Why willpower fails when your biology is broken. You've tried willpower, you've tried discipline, you've tried motivation, they all fail. Not because you're weak, but because you're fighting biology with psychology. It's like trying to drive a car with no engine using positive thinking. Let me explain exactly why every attempt you've made has failed and why fixing your biology first changes everything. Your brain runs on biochemistry, not willpower. When your testosterone is crashed, the parts of your brain responsible for motivation and drive literally shrink. The anterior cingulate cortex, the prefrontal cortex, they atrophy when testosterone is low. You're not unmotivated, your motivation centers are offline. Studies show men with testosterone under 300 have brain scans similar to clinical depression, not because they're psychologically depressed, but because their brains lack the hormonal fuel for normal function. This is why antidepressants don't work for so many men. You're treating the symptom, not the cause. The cause is hormonal, not psychological. When we optimize testosterone, motivation returns automatically, not through mindset work, through biology. The brain structures regenerate, the motivation centers come back online, the drive returns without even trying. Let's talk about decision making. Every decision you make depletes glucose and neurotransmitters. It's called decision fatigue. By afternoon, you're depleted. This is why you make perfect food choices at breakfast but destroy a pizza at dinner. Now add insulin resistance into the equation. Your brain can't access glucose efficiently. You're running on fumes from the very start. Every decision is harder. Every choice depletes you more. By noon, you're done. Your brain literally cannot make another good decision. This is why diets fail. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is starved of fuel. When we fix insulin sensitivity, your brain gets steady glucose. Decision making becomes effortless. The same willpower that failed before now works because your brain has fuel. Dopamine is your motivation molecule. It drives seeking behavior, achievement, progress. When dopamine is low, everything feels pointless. Nothing seems worth the effort. Guess what crashes dopamine? High cortisol, poor sleep, inflammation, gut dysbiosis, nutrient deficiencies, all the things that crash your testosterone. You're not lazy, your dopamine has flatlined. We had a client, Richard, who described it perfectly. I knew what I needed to do. I wanted to do it, but there was this invisible wall between knowing and doing. Like my body wouldn't respond to my mind's commands. 6 weeks after optimizing his biology, he said, the wall disappeared. I think something, I do it. No resistance, no negotiation, it just happens. That's the difference between psychological motivation and biological drive. Your gut produces 90% of your serotonin. When your gut is destroyed, serotonin production crashes, mood tanks, motivation disappears, anxiety spikes, and depression sets in. You try to positive think your way out, but your gut is literally manufacturing depression. Until you fix your gut, no amount of mindset work will help. We test for gut dysbiosis, SIBO, Candida, H. pylori, leaky gut. We find the problems, we fix them. Serotonin production normalizes, mood lifts without trying to think positive. Inflammation directly affects your brain. Inflammatory cytokines cross the blood-brain barrier and trigger neuroinflammation. This causes brain fog, low mood, no motivation, and cognitive decline. You're not getting dumber or lazier. Your brain is inflamed. When we reduce inflammation through diet, supplements, and lifestyle changes, the brain fog lifts. Clarity returns, focus sharpens, motivation resurfaces. Not through mental exercises, through reducing the inflammation. Here's the cruel cycle. Low testosterone causes low motivation. Low motivation prevents you from exercising. No exercise keeps testosterone low. You're trapped. Or poor sleep crashes willpower. Low willpower leads to bad food choices. Bad food disrupts sleep. Another trap. Or high stress depletes dopamine. Low dopamine kills motivation to manage stress. Unmanaged stress depletes more dopamine. Trapped again. You cannot willpower your way out of these cycles. The biology must be fixed first. This is why our approach works where everything else has failed. We don't start with mindset, coaching, or motivational speeches. We start with your blood work. We fix the biology, then watch the psychology transform automatically. Lee came to us after years of depression. He tried everything he knew of to fix the issue and nothing had worked. His testosterone was 265 on his first assessment. His cortisol was inverted. His thyroid was sluggish. He had had chronic dysbiosis of the intestines and his inflammation was sky high. We fixed his biology. 6 months later, the depression was gone. The anxiety vanished. Lee said, "I feel like myself again." All of those psychological issues were just biological problems. This doesn't mean psychology doesn't matter. Once biology is optimized, psychology becomes powerful. Mindset work on optimized biology is like rocket fuel, but mindset work on broken biology is like pushing a rope. The habit formation research shows it takes 21 to 66 days to form a habit, but that's for normal people with functioning biology. When your dopamine is crashed, habits never stick. When cortisol is high, you'll break habits under stress. When testosterone is low, you lack the drive to maintain your habits. Fix the hormones first, then habits form naturally. We see this constantly. Men who couldn't stick to anything suddenly become disciplined, not through willpower training, through hormone optimization. The discipline was always there, it was just offline. Your prefrontal cortex is your CEO. It plans, decides, and controls impulses. When it's starved of nutrients, flooded with inflammation, and lacking hormonal support, it goes offline. Your primitive brain takes over. Instant gratification wins. Long-term thinking disappears. This is why you know eating the pizza is wrong, but you do it anyway. Your CEO is offline. Your primitive brain is driving the vehicle. When we optimize nutrition, reduce inflammation, and balance your hormones, your CEO comes back online. Self-control returns, not through practice, through biology. The research on testosterone and confidence is clear. It's not just correlation, it's causation. Testosterone directly increases confidence through multiple mechanisms. It reduces fear, increases risk tolerance, improves body language, enhances presence. You can't fake confidence with low testosterone. Your biology literally betrays you. Your voice is higher, your posture is weak, your presence is diminished. People sense it subconsciously. When testosterone is optimized, confidence isn't something you practice, it's something you have. You walk differently, speak differently, think differently, not through mindset work, through optimized hormones. Here's what nobody tells you. Your thoughts are downstream from your biology. Fix the biology and the thoughts fix themselves. Negative thought patterns, often from neuroinflammation. Anxiety, often from gut dysbiosis. Depression, often from hormone imbalance. Brain fog, often from insulin resistance. Lack of motivation, often from neurotransmitter depletion. We're not saying everything is biological. Trauma is real. Psychology matters. But for most men over 40, what feels like a psychological problem is actually a biological problem. The men who transform with us often say the same thing. I thought I needed therapy. Turns out I needed to be healthy. This is why your previous attempts have failed. You were trying to solve biological problems with psychological solutions. It's like trying to fix a broken leg with positive thinking. The leg needs to be set first, then positive thinking helps the recovery. Thanks for watching. Continue on to the next video where I share the complete breakdown, taking you through the step-by-step process of how you can optimize using comprehensive blood analysis. See you there.